USS Abraham Lincoln, Persian Gulf, 3:20 p.m., January 31st, 2026. The day Iran attacked America's most powerful warship. 4 Iranian Mi-17 transport helicopters flying low, fast, heading straight for carrier. Radio transmission crackles. Mayday, Mayday. Mechanical failure reported. Requesting emergency landing permission. USS Abraham Lincoln. Flight deck personnel watching the helicopters closing in. 2 miles out, 1 mile, half a mile. Coming in hot. Declared emergency. The carrier prepares to receive. But this was no emergency. This was an assault. 4 helicopters touched down hard. Doors slammed open. 32 Iranian Revolutionary Guard commandos stormed out. A K-103 rifles raised. RKG grenades ready. Weapons live. Fire erupted instantly. Iran's plan was reckless beyond belief. Land on the carrier deck. Kill flight crew, sabotage parked aircraft, seize the control tower, capture the nuclear-powered carrier, take 5,000 Americans hostage, force Washington to negotiate, a propaganda victory unmatched. Revolutionary Guard Commander Husseini led the assault. Orders shouted, attack, kill Americans, destroy aircraft, take the ship. Allahu Akbar. 32 commandos on Abraham Lincoln's flight deck, surrounded by 40 parked F/A-18 Super Hornets, gunfire, explosions, sabotage, chaos. But Iran made 7 critical miscalculations. First, the flight deck already held 120 sailors, many armed. Security teams reacted immediately, returning fire. Second, 180 Marines were embarked aboard the carrier. A full combat-ready company alerted instantly, responding within seconds. Third, the carrier's internal surveillance network tracked every movement, every commando location known in real time. Marines coordinated their counterattack. Fourth, the attackers were surrounded by over 5,000 hostile sailors, no concealment, no escape, trapped on open deck. Fifth, each F/A-18 was worth $70 million. Americans defended them savagely, fighting between aircraft in brutal close-quarters combat. Sixth, the control tower was protected by .50 caliber machine guns overlooking the entire deck. They opened fire, cutting down attackers with devastating effect. Seventh, no one attacks a U.S. aircraft carrier and survives. During ship assaults, Marines do not take prisoners. 19 minutes. 32 Iranian Commandos. All eliminated, every single one. Flight deck cleared, carrier secured, 0 escapees, a flawless defensive victory. This is what happens when you land on an American carrier deck. This was Operation Deck Clearance. 72 hours earlier. January 28th. Iranian Revolutionary Guard Strategic Command. General Hosseini, Special Operations Commander, presented his proposal to Supreme Leader Khamenei. Supreme Leader, the American carrier Abraham Lincoln operates in our Gulf. Arrogant, provocative. I propose a bold operation. 4 helicopters. Emergency landing. Land directly on the carrier deck. 32 commandos deploy. Overwhelm the flight crew. Capture the carrier. Ultimate humiliation. Khamenei responded coldly. Capture a carrier? Impossible. Americans would kill you all. Hosseini pressed forward. Surprise will be absolute. Helicopters declare emergency. Maritime law forces landing. By the time Americans react, deck is ours, aircraft destroyed, tower seized, 5,000 hostages, America forced to negotiate. If you fail, they die, Khamenei said. If we succeed, they are heroes, Hosseini replied. Approval given. Failure meant death. Operation Carrier Strike authorized. The most audacious Iranian plan ever conceived. Attack the carrier from within. Elite Revolutionary Guard Assault Unit mobilized. 4 Mi-17 transport helicopters, 32 commandos. Weapons, AK-103 rifles, RPG-7 launchers, grenades, explosives. Mission objectives, land on carrier, kill crew, destroy aircraft, seize control. Expected casualties, 100%. A suicide mission accepted willingly. Training commenced. Helicopter insertions onto moving platforms. Close quarters combat drills. Aircraft sabotage. Control tower assaults. Every scenario rehearsed. The commandos understood they would likely die. For Iran, for honor, for martyrdom. Meanwhile, USS Abraham Lincoln operated in the Persian Gulf, 60 miles off Iran's coast. Freedom of navigation patrol. Routine mission. Captain Michael Harrison briefed senior staff. We're operating close to Iran. Expect harassment, fast boats, buzzing aircraft, possibly worse. Stay sharp. Security teams armed, Marines ready. If anything happens, we respond with overwhelming force. Carrier specifications reviewed. Nimitz-class nuclear carrier. 100,000 tons. 5,000 crew total. 3,000 sailors. 2,000 air wing personnel. 180 Marines. 75 aircraft on board. 40 F/A-18 Super Hornets on deck. Sea Sparrow missiles. RAM systems. .50 caliber machine guns, strike group support, 3 Arleigh Burke destroyers, 1 Ticonderoga cruiser. But Iran did not target the escorts. They targeted the carrier itself. Insane. Unprecedented. January 30th. Final preparations. 32 volunteers. Best fighters. Final briefing. Final prayers. Final goodbyes. Mission next day. January 31st. 1 p.m. 4. Mi-17 helicopters departed an Iranian airbase, flying low over open water toward Abraham Lincoln. 40 minutes flight time. Pilots tense. Mission straight at an American carrier. At 2 p.m., helicopters slowed 50 kilometers out, observing flight operations, timing approach. At 3 p.m., authorization received, proceed. Declare emergency. Execute assault. May Allah protect you. Throttle forward. At 3:15 p.m., Abraham Lincoln radar detected 4 helicopters inbound. Iranian military aircraft approaching. Defensive systems activated. Security teams alerted. At 3:18 p.m., emergency transmission received. Mayday, Mayday, Iranian military helicopter. Multiple system failures. Request immediate emergency landing. Suspicious. 4 aircraft. Simultaneous failures. Captain Harrison authorized landing, but with Marines ready. If hostile, he ordered, kill them all. At 3:20 p.m., 4 Iranian helicopters touched down on the flight deck. 30 seconds of silence. Then doors blew open. The attack began.